The Power of Two, or TPOT, is an excellent addition to BFDI, but there are a few issues I found with it. I'm going to be going over them in this video. Let me say this first, all the things I say about TPOT are relatively easy fixes. Another thing, all of this is obviously my opinion and you're definitely not going to agree with everything I say. This will be a bit of a shorter video because I'm making a more substantial video. If you subscribe to me and you see my post and you know what I'm talking about, I'll be ranking every single BFDI contestant. So while I'm making that video and the Hell of a Boss video I said I was going to do, I decided to make this video, which should be a pretty easy one to do. Also, this video will contain major spoilers for TPOT, so if you haven't watched it yet, please do. I highly recommend it. Unless you like getting spoiled, which, hey, you do you. Anyway, let's get into why TPOT isn't as good as people say it is, starting with its biggest problem. I love that TPOT is going for a more serious tone with the newer episode, especially with TPOT 19 and 21, but there's only so far ambition can go before it gets to be too much. I personally think where TPOT peaked is TPOT 1 through 8, funny and lighthearted but still entertaining at the same time. We have all 45 contestants to keep track of, plus 2, 4, 1, and potentially 3. And X. BFDI is no stranger to having too many characters to give somewhat equal screen time, but these plotlines are much more substantial and it feels way too overwhelming. That's why I don't really like TPOT 15 despite how popular it is with the fandom. It just throws so much at you. It's almost impossible to keep up. I hope after TPOT 25 they go back to early TPOT or TPOT 22. Now for another pretty big issue in TPOT. I know a lot of this can be excused by there being 45 contestants, but screen time distribution is pretty screwed up in this season. Pencil and Pen have gotten entire arcs, whilst Fanny, Marker, and Tennis Ball haven't gotten anything in several episodes. Fanny kept getting killed first in every challenge, Marker hasn't done anything, and Tennis Ball is stuck getting forced into this forced plot, which thankfully ended in TPOT 21, but who knows, maybe it's gonna start again, which I really hope doesn't happen. I do like what they're doing with Pencil, but she's a very mixed bag for me. She's taking way too much screen time, especially compared to Lai, who actually won the rejoin vote and not Pencil. There's a reason why Lai always gets bottom too. I know a big part of that is because her teammates are a lot more popular than her, but I digress. TPOT Pencil is basically decast Rhea if she was written 10 times better. Winner hasn't done anything since the clock plotline ended, but they're getting a different plotline with Loser and surprisingly Fiery Jr. it seems like. In fact, I really liked Fiery Jr. in TPOT 21, but that's not important right now. Book hasn't done anything almost all season outside of TPOT 17, but it was literally just one scene, so who cares about that? So now that half the video is over, I'd like to humbly ask you to subscribe. I'm at 311 subscribers and I want to hit 350 by the middle of July. These videos take a while to make and I would be really upset if I did all this and barely anyone sees it. So please subscribe. Okay, this section's title is a little misleading. TPOT doesn't really have any bias, but it definitely does sabotage characters so that its storyline can work. Exhibit A, Tennis Ball. Ever since TPOT 17, he's been attached to Force at the hip. In the same boat as him is Fanny and Book. As I said in the last section, they're purposely sabotaging characters so that their storylines can work out. I really don't like this approach. I think an object show based on viewer voting should adapt to what the fans do no matter what the outcome is. Now, where could we go from here? So all the problems I brought up is, as I said, pretty easy fixes. Just tone down the seriousness a little. It's okay to have a serious episode every once in a while, but I don't think it's a very good fit for BFDI to have a serious season, let alone half of one. For this screen time thing, just give everyone equal screen time, or at least somewhat equal. J&J has proved they could do that with post-hiatus BFDIA. Everyone has basically equal screen time and everyone is equally entertaining. Finally, for the bias thing, having a fixed division is fine and all, but if you wanted that, you could have just completely removed viewer voting altogether, even though I think that's a really bad idea. I think the best course of action would be to just be adaptable. Don't try to make other characters better or worse to fit your vision. If you want my final verdict, TPOT is like a 7.5 out of 10. A good season, just with a few blemishes here and there. Once summer wraps up, I hope it goes back to a more casual season instead of a chaotic one. That's about all I have for you guys. If you want to see more of this stuff, then like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment explaining your thoughts on TPOT. It's midnight, I'm super tired, and now I'm going to sleep. So, see ya.